What's up, Coach Carter?
What's up?
How's it going?
Hey, it's going good.
Good. Who's this little guy?
So this is Bernice. So
Oh,
we're trying to answer some questions here that you've been gathering, and she's just gonna sit here because
Superstar Bernice.
she's not going anywhere.
All right.
So what you got?
So, I was noticing when you talk to your clients
Mm-hmm.
who you're coaching,
Mm-hmm.
you're always talking about building a strong foundation for them.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Why
definitely.
is that so important to you?
Definitely. To me, building a strong foundation for your business, it sounds so general. Oh, build a strong foundation. Sure. What does that mean? Well, it's the most important thing that you can do. It's having an understanding of every single element in your business. It's having a sales process and understanding how that works. It's having a marketing plan. It's being able to read your financial statements, your balance sheet, your P&L, your cash flow statement. To me, it really means, if you're running a business, whether it's just you or whether you have a team and somebody falls off and or your CFO walks out or whatever, it's you as the business owner understanding every element that you can walk in there and be able to look it over and understand it and know how that operates to make the best decision. I want to help that really passionate entrepreneur understand their business. So a lot of people are very passionate about what they do. They created an amazing app, or they are a great fitness trainer, or they started a business and they have 4, 5, 10, 15 employees, and they're stuck. They're great at creating that product or delivering that service, but they don't have the back end experience, and they need that knowledge. They don't know how to develop a marketing plan. They don't know how to read their financials. They're running their business by their bank account every single day, and that's one of the most destructive things you can do. And I feel, me personally, my business was just sold for $11.2 million. And I feel like if I had a better understanding of the financials, the foundation, and more confidence in it, I would have been able to hold on to a larger chunk of that. And that's why I'm extremely passionate about entrepreneurs and business owners understanding every single element that they can about their business, because they're not going to be held hostage by an investor or an employee or a vendor. A lot of times people just, they don't know exactly what they need, or they don't know where they're going, and they might have somebody come in like an investor and say, hey, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and here's some money and give me this equity, blah blah blah. And sometimes it's a great, sometimes you totally need that, but there's other times where maybe you don't need that. And if you had that understanding of your business and where it was going, and you could read your financials, and you could read the financials that they're putting in front of you, because God knows what they have. They might have some superstar CFO that's putting together an amazing projection that's going to make it look like your business is totally going to succeed if you go with these guys. There's so many tricks out there. There's so much magic happening, and sleight of hand, that I just want people to have that full understanding so they can at least have an intelligent conversation. So if an investor comes up and says, hey, if I give you this much money and you give me this much equity, we're gonna shoot for the stars. At least you can say, well, how are you going to do that? This is my plan right now. I'm comfortable with this. I know I am on a growth trajectory. I have set this plan. What are you going to do to benefit me? Do I need that money? I want you to be able to make that decision before you're so desperate. A lot of people get in trouble and they're completely desperate, and then they go and find an investor and have to do anything they can to just get that investor on. We want to build that strong foundation, be ready to scale, so you can either bring on an investor if you want to, or scale your business without bringing on an investor. But you have that full understanding, and that's the biggest thing. If you can go in there and you can understand how to develop culture, how to read your financial statements and do all this stuff, you're gonna have so much more success. I guarantee you.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you said reading the financial statements.
Yeah.
So another
Definitely.
question
Mm-hmm.
is, a lot of people don't want you to read their financial statements. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't want you in the bank account.
Yeah.
So how do they overcome that?
If I'm being real, I would say get over your ego and let somebody come in and help you. Because,
Okay.
10 years ago when I was a struggling entrepreneur, I didn't want somebody looking at my bank statements. Like, heck no, man. Like, I was driving a Lexus and wanted everybody to think I was rich, but like I wasn't, So I needed somebody to come in there and go, hey, actually, you don't need to pay for this. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't jump into that office. You should not hire somebody unless you know exactly what they're coming in for. Don't just hire somebody because you think you want to expand. Hire somebody because there's an actual job that they're going to do, and they're going to either bring you money or they're going to save you money. So, it's like those types of things. And a lot of people are just paying for things because they think they have to. So I want to go in there and look at that and go, you don't need this, and this. We can negotiate this. You don't want to go in and just chop everything, but you have to understand that, if you're making X number of money you need to be spending, you need to be spending less. So you need to be able to have somebody go in there and look at that, and you need to be able to get over your ego and allow that help.
Can you walk me through your first consultation, like your free coaching session? Like, what can I get from this?
Yeah, no, totally. So that first consultation is me asking you about 20 to 25 questions that really dig into what you know in the type of help that you need. So it makes me, hopefully it opens you up to start talking about what you absolutely need, what you're great at, and what you need to help at. And I always open it up by telling people, listen, if somebody asked me these questions, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, I wouldn't know what some of them meant, and that's okay, because that's what we want to find that out. I don't want you to, to tell me that you totally are reading your financial statements and you understand everything. You don't need help on that. I want to know, do you actually understand that, or are you just running your business by your bank account, And I asked them why they got into this business. And then I asked them, like, do you have anything like a company handbook? Do you have an org chart? How would you tell me, where you get your demographics from? Things like that. And then I have them walk me through their sales process. And a lot of people don't have a sales process. They're like, well, I email people and hope they get back to me. And like, yeah, that was me 7, 8 years ago. Totally. Like, that's how a lot of people are. They're so busy they can't stop and develop these processes. And that's what I want to know. Where are you truly at? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have a marketing plan? Some people are great at marketing and they're killing it, but then they get all these leads, but they can't convert. So I want to understand that. I want to say, okay, you brought in 100 leads and you sold 2 of them, So where is it in that process? Can we help where can we help your sales process, your conversion process? Where do we need to, where are you, where do you need the most help in that sense? And so, when I go through this all of these questions, it really just opens people up, gets them talking, and I can really understand, where we need to jump into first. What stage of business are they in? They might think, well, I've been in business for 6 years, so I've got a little bit of a mature business. Well, I mean, if you haven't sold anything yet, and it's been 6 years, then you have, a baby business, So really figuring out where they're at, and a lot of times people don't know where they're at, right? They're overwhelmed, they're stuck in the day-to-day. So hopefully this can get them outside of that and get them thinking about what they really need, and it gives me all the information I need to know to really jump in there.
And you know what they really need?
Yeah, absolutely. After I go through that consultation, I'm not going to say, oh, I know exactly what you need to make you $10 million. Like, I'm not claiming that, but I know that where I need to jump into and fix a lot of their process. If they don't have a sales process, if they don't look at their financials, like, that's a huge start. And so what I do after that assessment is I have them send me, a year's worth of bank statements, and I just look through them and say, what are we spending our money on that we can cut out? And what can we negotiate? There's so many things like that people don't understand, or that people are just paying for, paying for services that they've never used. I was asked, how many employees do you have? Some people have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 employees. And then I'm like, well, what does each employee do? And some people can't answer that. They just have employees because they're so busy because they need help. Well, what specifically do you need help with? We want to focus on revenue generating activities. So I want to get the owner of the business to focus on how that they can bring in money, how they can retain that money, how they can retain those clients or those customers, whatever they have. And so after that entire assessment and looking at their financials, maybe their last year's QuickBooks or the first quarter of 2019's QuickBooks, whatever it may be, whatever they have. Some people just have spreadsheets of their expenses, and that's fine. That's what I had when we were running our businesses. So give me everything that you have, and let me just look at that and go through that and develop a plan that's actually going to get you back on track and build that solid foundation.
All right, we are here with Biscuit Bitch.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's me, not her. This is
That's Bernice.
Yeah.
And she just got done walking Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
She owns a dog walking business.
Totally.
So I just want to shoot her a quick question.
Bring it.
What's the biggest problem that you have with your business right now?
I feel like I'm at a point where I have steady clients, but I'll get new requests that I can't really fulfill on my own. So it's hard to make the leap of, should I hire someone else or should I just pass this person on to another dog walker?
Right.
I think hiring someone is like my most problem area, because it's hard to know, can I afford to pay someone and still make enough money off of them? Do you give them a percentage of what you make, or it's just kind of a hard thing that I'm still struggling with.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Well, the first things first, the great thing is that you have more clients than you can handle, right? Like that in business is the champagne problem, right? Like, okay, we can't handle all these people. So how do we figure out how we can actually handle all these people? And you know, it's kind of like, I wish I knew that like months ago, because I would have said, if before you even had that problem, I would have said, let's start finding people, right? Because it's like, oh, you don't want to hire a salesperson when you need a sale. You want to hire a salesperson before you need the sale, right? So trying to find somebody is definitely the first priority. And then understanding so this goes back to understanding your business foundation, understanding your finances, right? Like, what would it really take? Could we create a small financial projection to go, if I pay this person 50% of the dog walk, would it benefit them? Would they be able to make enough money? And would it benefit me and my time and all the software that I'm using to be able to, schedule all that and be beneficial to my business? So really, it's about weighing those pros and cons. So I would say, let's sit in front of a computer and go, how many clients are you turning away per week? How many clients you turn away per month? How much could we pay this one person? Could we look at different neighborhoods and things like that, and see if we can get one person in this neighborhood, one person in that neighborhood, and see if it makes financial sense. But the problem is, I'm glad you're thinking about it, because I think a lot of people, they just go, oh, I got too many people, I'm going to hire somebody, and they don't put together an actual projection to go, what's this going to look like in a year? Because what if you promise, I'll pay you 70% of that, and then in a year you're like, dang, they're making more money than me. Like, what does it look like, right? So definitely it's good to question that, but having that full understanding of what it's going to look like long term is the most important thing. So we should put that together.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Coach, go to break. Coach, go to break. All right, next question.
Let's go.
So what do most business owners or entrepreneurs need?
Yes, it was funny, we were asking that question, so we go around and ask that question to everybody. What's the one thing that you need in your business? As an entrepreneur, what's the one thing that you need? What do you struggle with? What's your one biggest problem? And everybody's mind is like exploded, right? They're like, I don't know, like everything, right? Everything, that's where most people go. And that's how I was too. It was like, there's not one thing, you asshole. Like, it's so many things. Like, I need more money. I need more people. I need this, I need that. And so really what I think they need is clarity. And that's why I keep going back to building a strong foundation, because when you can build a strong foundation, you have your goals, you build that, you know where you're going. And so clarity and knowing where you're going and focus is what entrepreneurs and business owners need. And a lot of them really struggle with that, because they're just going around in circles, caught up in the day-to-day. So if we can get clarity, we're able to build your business foundation, and that's what they need.
Maybe like direction?
Yep, they absolutely need direction. They need outside perspective, outside voices. Like even the smartest people in the world need outside voices. They would say the smartest people in the world are the quietest ones in the room, right? The smartest people in the room are the quietest ones, because they're listening, because they want that outside perspective, because they're gonna process that. So if you're a small business owner and you think you know everything, but you're not making any money, you need that outside perspective. I was that person. I was that guy who wasn't listening to anybody 10 years ago. I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I own 3 businesses and drive a Lexus, but wasn't fucking paying myself. So yep. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching today. If you guys have questions, shoot us a DM at Coach Carter Talk, at Coach in the Books. Go on our site, sign up for the email. And if you like this, share it, leave a comment, and ask us more questions, because we want to be answering your guys' questions, seeing what you need, and bringing you value. So we appreciate it today, and hopefully we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.